Hey y'all, what's up? What is going on? What's up, y'all? Hey everybody. Hey. I know I'm a little late tonight. But you know, hey Anthony Smith, what's good? Hey Lauren, Tracy, Ella, Brandon. Hey Tommy, my boo. Hey little baby. What's up, everybody? Good evening, good afternoon, happy Friday. For those of you who have weekends off, happy beginning of the 48-hour break, honey. Let me share this that I'm live because, child, you know, notifications go out sometimes. They do, sometimes they don't. So let me share it that I'm live just in case people don't see it, honey. All right. So I'm here to talk about some housewives stuff, y'all. People been hitting me up. They've been in my inbox. They want to know what I got to say about some of this stuff. And so I said, let me go on up here and let's talk about a few things, okay? Let's talk about a little bit of this housewives situationship, okay? Um, hey, Travel Love, my member in the house. What's up? You glad I'm a little late? You got to catch me? Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you can catch me. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and let the Instagram know. Young Rich, I didn't hear nothing about that. Are you okay? You look stressed and pissed off. I'm not pissed off. I'm tired, and I've had one of those weeks like a series of unfortunate events type weeks. Hey, what's up, Ty Savage? Ty said she liked what I would. Ty, she always says that she likes when I bust out laughing. Or the panel, honey. I got, oh, that's who I forgot to put. I forgot to put a picture of Candiace on there. Because baby, I got some stuff that Andy Cohen kind of look. I saw a clip today from the reunion. Andy Cohen kind of came for Miss Candiace a little bit. And I already know people going to give him a hard time about it. But baby, let's talk about some things. So Young Rich, I didn't hear anything about, I know they have a new season of growing up hip hop coming. I mean, that's not to say she can't be on both shows, but I didn't hear anything about that. You know, Young Rich, I love you, girl, but sometimes I don't know if you trolling is what you know. Tisa Tattle said that she was filming at Marlo's event. Okay, you know they may be testing her out. You know, it's so random and hilarious. You know, the thing I'm gonna say about Angela Simmons is she definitely has the pedigree. I mean, you know, she's hip hop royalty. People know who she is. She has her own fan base. So she's definitely, hey, Royal King forever. Mwah, my love. I sound like Dorit, my love. But here's what I'm gonna say about Angela Simmons. That's it. See, you just said it for me, Ty. You just said it for me. Am I saying it right, Ty? I'm making the H silent. Let me know if I'm saying that right. But you said exactly that. If she's not ready to open up to about her life, then she's not going to, because what they're probably, if she was at Marlo's event, they're probably testing her to see if maybe they could bring her on as maybe a friend of. Oh, okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, all of that, I don't want to talk about my personal life. I don't know. I don't want to discuss who I'm dating. People don't need to know what's going on. That is not going to fly on a show like The Real Housewives of Atlanta, because that is the whole purpose of the show. She gets away with that on Growing Up Hip Hop because she's an executive producer. She's one of the creators of the show. So it's kind of like Shawnee O'Neal getting away with not really ever getting into any of her personal business. But the difference between Shawnee and Angela is Angela doesn't get involved on any level. Like, she's not messy at all. Whereas Shawnee would be messy on the show. She just didn't want to be messy about her shit. But she would be messy about everybody else's stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that was the difference. So she was allowed. That's funny. I'm sorry. I just got a text. That's hilarious. And I heard light skin Keisha. Yeah, now light skin Keisha was at she was at an event, and they were already rumors about her. Now I could see her doing it, and for her it would be a glow up, because she'd be going from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So for her, that's a step up. For Angela, it could be a step up because obviously the Real Housewives of Atlanta definitely has a larger audience and fan base than Growing Up Hip Hop. Especially over the last couple of years, I've noticed that even my reviews, the numbers have gone down on my reviews. But again, if she's not ready to talk about what she has going on in her life, just the fact that you're Reverend Run's daughter and you cute, that's not going to be enough. Even you being a single mother isn't going to be enough. Like, that's cool for maybe an episode or two, but at a certain point, they're going to pull you into some bullshit. Like, y'all know how this goes. They're going to invite her to an event. Somebody going to be messy or say so. I mean, look at what they did to uh Drew Sidor last season. I mean, hell, all she did was show up at Kenya House and they talked about the girl wig. They talked about they mad at her because she broke up Derwin on the game. And I was like, y'all really mad that she broke up that her fictional character, well, it was really her, but broke up a fake couple on a television show. Like, it's, if she ain't right, exactly, little baby. If she's not willing to be a little bit messy, it's not gonna work. Now I'm gonna tell you who I think would be good on a Real Housewives of Atlanta. JoJo and his wife, because his wife give you just enough ratchet. She give you just enough ratchet, and JoJo give you just enough ratchet to keep it interesting. I think JoJo and his wife. The only problem with JoJo and his wife going on there is because y'all know what they do on these reality shows. At some point, they either going to have to expose their real marriage issues or make up fake ones. And I like them, and I like them as a couple, and I don't really want to see them sacrifice their marriage for it. But they're interesting. Like JoJo is an interesting personality. JoJo doesn't play goody goody. Like Vanessa and Angela play goody goody. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm Reverend Run's daughter. I'm goody goody. JoJo was like, listen, I was about that life, okay? I ran as far away from being Reverend Run's son and being goody goody as I could for a long time. And it's really just been, recently that me and my dad are working on our friendship and we're back at a good place. Like my dad cut me off. Like he's been really honest about his struggles with finding his own voice and finding his own lane. I think him and his wife would be good. They're a young couple. Hey, Queen Diva. Hey, they're a young couple and all that. So I think they would be good, but I don't think they would do it because I shouldn't say that because that ain't never stopped nobody. I was going to say they don't live in Atlanta, but child, that ain't never stopped nobody before. Unpopular opinion. I loved Kim Fields when she used to bust crying when the girls would get into it. I fell on the floor every time. Child, let me tell you what my problem with Kim Fields was. And I love Kim Fields. Okay. I grew up on Kim Fields. Okay. I grew up on the Facts of Life and all of that. Her mama, Good Times. Her mama, was the one that burnt Penny's arm. Okay. I love Kim Fields. But my biggest problem with Kim Fields when she was on the show was she played like she didn't know nothing about the show and she was so shocked about everything that happened. Either you aren't that bright or you're lying. Because there's no way in the world that I would sign up for something like this and not know what I'm walking into. And she said that she told her sister, Kim Fields' sister is an actress. She was on Moesha and, all this, a few other. And she even told her, like, are you sure you know what you're signing up for? Like, are you sure you know what you're doing? And I was just like, I felt like either you're lying when you tell us that you just had no idea what you were walking into, or you not that bright. And I don't think, and Kim Fields is far from a dumb woman. She's a very intelligent woman. Hey, Miss Baythang, what's up, my member in the house? Angela is supposed to be close friends with Sonya's Richardson Ross. So maybe she's just there filming. Because, now listen, Angela ain't above getting in front of a camera. Let's be clear. But I'm just saying, as far as her being on the show regularly, she ain't trying to do that because she ain't trying to tell none of her business. We see it happen. Hey, Ebs, we see it happen all the time where these people get fired for not telling their business. You didn't get the alert, child. You know what? Thank you. That's why I put it on my community wall. And hold on, let me put it on Instagram. See, y'all got sidetracked. I was trying to go over to the Instagram. I got sidetracked, child. Hold on. Let me go on over here to the Instagram. Let me hold on now. Let me put this on to the Instagram. Let everybody know that we's live. Y'all think I need to uninstall and reinstall Instagram? It's doing some weird stuff. I tried to upgrade or whatever. Y'all didn't get yeah. Lord. Ooh. Well, hey, Miss R. Wilson from Upper Malrboro. Is she going to be a guest that pops up for a few minutes? Yeah, if they're friends in real life, then that's probably who she's going to be. Like, she's going to probably, like, if anything that Sonya hosts. Now, they did say that Kenya had unfollowed her down to the Instagram, but then Kenya followed her again. So, Lord, who knows what's going on with that? I don't get into all that who's following who. I know that's supposed to be like an indicator of trouble and who not friends. I ain't got time to follow all that shit. I'm upset that Sonya Richardson Ross has signed up for the show because I don't want her persona and cute family image ruined. Yeah, I agree. Well, let's get into some of this Real Housewives situation stuff going on. Now, I guess I'll start with the easiest stuff and work my way around. So a clip, the only reason why I say this is the easiest because I want to wait and see how it plays out. Clips can be deceiving when they show us clips of stuff. It's to elicit a reaction. It's to be salacious. So Bravo released a clip from the reunion where Andy sort of coming for Candiace a little bit. And basically he's, once again addressing her mouth. And the clip starts off with him asking her, did you really not know about Mia's mother? And she said she didn't. And the looks, when you said your mama, the looks that went around that room when she said she didn't, okay? Ashley's face, Wendy's face, Giselle's face, all of them, their faces, in my opinion, gave them away. Instagram been having technical issues. It's not your phone. Well, the only reason why I said I think it's my phone is because some of it started when I got my new phone. So that's the only reason why I said that. But okay. Well, yes, he did. Yes, he did, little baby. Yes, he did. He did address Kelly Dodd's mouth. And let's be clear, that's part of the reason why Kelly Dodd got fired. So that's not fair to say that. Yes, he did. At least let me say this. I only watched that one season of the OC, but on the reunion that I watched, he absolutely did address her. He did. He did. And like I said, and that's part of the reason why her ass got fired. So it's because of her mouth. I'm considering making an Instagram account. I currently just have Facebook. How's the IG? I mean, honestly, for me, it ain't that bad. I go over there, I post, I follow who I follow, I like what I like, and I really keep it moving. I don't really get Instagram. I don't go live on Instagram. I really don't do a lot of that other stuff. I don't do a lot of reels. And I mean, Abby had to give me a tutorial, child, when we was down to the Puerto Rico. She had to show me how to do. I didn't know how to add music. She had to show me how to add music to my post. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if somebody need her to show me when we hook up the next time, I got some questions. Okay. Candiace does have a mouth like she can fight. I think that's what irritates everybody. I'm gonna say this. I don't know how to explain this so people will understand. And this is okay. So let me keep going with the clip. So in the clip, Candiace goes on to try to explain to Andy, well, in the Black community, we have this thing called joning, and saying your mama just isn't, that big of a deal. She's absolutely correct. People say your mama all the time. Because I didn't think it was a big deal when she said it. Honestly, I really didn't. I feel like in the list of Candiace isms, that is so low on the totem pole. I understand. Right. You're gonna start calling them Abby tutorials, right? That is so low on the totem pole for me because, again, somebody saying something to you and you just blurting back out your mama, like they used to get on Dr. Heavenly about it on Married to Medicine, and Dr. Heavenly was like, that's just how we talk. Like growing up where I grew up, that's just how we talk to each other. Like it was never a big deal to me until I got around this group of women. And it's like, you said your mama. Why would you talk about my mama? Child, listen, I said your mama to my sister and brother. We got the same damn mama. And I do it to them. So for me, it's just not that big of a deal. It's just not that big of a deal. But, and even if she knew about Mia, now the only reason why I say about the whole her knowing about the Mia piece of it is because I feel like it's like sticking the knife in and turning it. Like, Mia mama a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So when you say low budget, well, your mama's low budget. Well, that adds a little something to it because it's deeper than you just throwing out a blackism. You know what I'm saying? Now, she went on to talk about don't get mad at her because she's better at it than everybody else. So here's what I'm going to say. I don't think she's better at it. And this is what I was going to say a minute ago. I don't know how to explain it to people that don't want to acknowledge that words can create something. Candiace, there's shade, there's joning. I grew up, we used to joan on each other all the time. But let's be clear, there's a reason why I love me some Dr. Heavenly too with her crazy ass. There's a reason why people say those are fighting words. Have y'all ever heard the term, those are fighting words? There's a reason why that's a thing. That comes from somewhere. Because at a certain point, there is something called going too far. And I feel like that's where Candiace goes. Now, at the end of the day, and I've said this a million times, I'm not justifying violence. I'm saying that I can understand how certain things can provoke someone to get violent. That's all I'm saying. And Candiace, from where I sit, Candiace seems to know how to find every single one of those places. Candiace has a way of saying things that takes it to a level that make you want to punch her in her mouth. I don't know how else to say it. Right, exactly, Xavier. Candiace has wished death on people, but y'all mad about your mama? I mean, I think it's because Giselle can't read, so they cool with her. And I agree with Candiace that they don't know how to take her heat. Like she can keep going. Candiace is quick wit. She's not the absolute best, but she's good. I will say this now. Candiace is good. I'll take that away from Candiace. Candiace is good. Candiace's shade is funny, and she definitely, I give her that. I absolutely give her that. And that's not even the stuff that I get mad at Candiace about. It's the just go somewhere and die. It's just, I don't know. It's just, but anyway, hold on, let me read some of these comments. Candiace is just a flat out spoiled brat. If I was her husband, Chris, I would have been left her. She's so disrespectful, but she always wants somebody else to give her grace and empathy. Y'all say nothing when Nene do it. Y'all be picking and choosing. Well, I don't know who the y'all is, but I'm not a Nene fan either. So I don't know if you're talking about me or just other people in general, because I'm not a Nene fan either. I'm justifying that violence is a tool that must be. Oh Lord, Karen and Giselle shade each other, and they don't go below the belt. If they go too far, they apologize and never say it again. My problem is she doubles down. And that's the other thing, too. I can agree with that, Tracy. That's the other thing, too. She doesn't know how to apologize. You know, because she did it in this clip. She ended up at the reunion. She ended up saying to Mia again, "Your mama." So it really doesn't matter whether you knew about her mother when you said it the first time or not, because you said it a second time knowing about her mama. So it's like Candiace seems like she's an expert at getting people's ghosts. That's true. I'm okay with Candiace's mouth. I just want her to be able to back it up when that ass whooping comes her way. But that's true. It's because she's not a fighter, and us black people have a problem with people with mouth and no hands. Oh, okay, no problem. I'm more of a fan of Atlanta than Potomac, personality-wise. Yeah. So, and in the clip, what ends up happening, and y'all gonna see it at the reunion. I don't know what, but this is probably gonna be episode 1 since they showing the clip right now. But at the reunion, you'll see the clip. But it seems like they end up, when I say they, the people there, because I can't say it was every single person, but Giselle, Andy, I feel like Wendy, end up kind of, I don't want to say justify. Hey, number one Eagle fan, what's up, boo? I don't want to say justify Candiace getting her ass whipped, but they sort of justify it. You know what I mean? And that's just a debate that'll just never have any resolution on. Let me say this before I forget. The other day when I got off of live, I didn't see it until I got off of live, y'all. But I did get a Cash App from my Reese's PC. So thank you so much, Reese's PC. If you in the bushes up in the skybox, thank you. I did get the Cash App and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, love. Kenya versus Candiace Shea battle. Ooh. And you know what? Kenya stands in her stuff, and I'm not a Kenya fan either. Kenya stands in her stuff, and Kenya does what she does because she understands the assignment as a reality star. Like, she know that her job is to come and shake the damn table. Like, that is like Kenya does what Ashley does. And so when people say, "No, nobody get mad at Ashley," yeah, that's Ashley's job. Ashley's job is to shake the table. I'm not saying people gotta like it, but on every reality show that has an ensemble cast such as this one, everybody got a role to play. There's an Ashley on every cast of Real Housewives franchise. There's an Ashley. Someone that comes in, shakes the table, and sits back and sees what happens. That is Ashley's job. That has been Ashley's job since she first came on the show. If y'all remember, in that first season, Ashley was the one that told everybody that Robert ass was bankrupt. Well, everybody probably knew, but nobody bringing it up until Ashley asked, I Googled her and she broke. Her and Juan don't have no money. Their house is being foreclosed. Like, nobody else had said it. And so the producers were like, little girl, come here. Because remember, that first season, Ashley was the young tenderoni, right? Little girl, come here. This is what we need you to say. We need you to go have a scene, and we need you to bring this up. Because nobody was bringing it up, right? Everybody knew about it. It was in the papers here locally. Everybody knew what had happened. But wasn't nobody bringing it up on camera. Come here, girl. Come here, little girl. This is what we need you to do. That has been her job since season 1. But my thing is, Giselle tried to start a rumor about a child's paternity, and Andy isn't checking her on how vicious her words are. He's going to aid in her chastising Candiace. But it never got on see, they never showed it. So yes, Giselle tried to start the rumor, but Bravo wouldn't allow her to do it. I get what y'all are saying, but I feel like sometimes we don't make fair comparisons. It's not a fair comparison because it never made it on the show. I could see if it made it on the show, but Giselle did try, but they edited it out. They were like, this is a step too far. This is going too far. And so I don't feel like everybody has to, I'm not one of those people that feels like everybody has to stand up and say what they did. I think the fact that we never heard about the rumor on the show, they didn't do it. Bravo wouldn't let her do it. So I don't think that's a fair comparison. I like Candiace and her mouth. I just don't be liking all that damn crying. Giselle, she alluded to it in her confessional, but they wanted that as a storyline. And remember, from my understanding, let me say this, from my understanding, that one got in, but Giselle brought it up multiple times in her confessionals and they edited it out. That one got in. It did get in like true, but they didn't allow it as a storyline because they tried. They tried. I just feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Andy or Bravo are innocent. They are not. They are producing the show and it is messy as shit. Like, I'm not. But again, that, I don't know. That just, it didn't get in. Sheree the Bone Collector is like Ashley always starting something and sit back. Exactly. Kenya don't care what the fans think. I think Candiace does a little bit. I agree. Because Kenya could care less. I don't even think Kenya look at her social media. I think Kenya picks up her phone to do her job. Meaning, when she got to promote the show, she promotes the show. When she got to post about Dancing with the Stars, or she got to post about Baby Brooklyn or whatever. Other than that, I don't think Kenya even pays attention to all of that. Hell, Kenya might not even run her own damn social media, to be honest about the matter. It might not even be her posting none of that shit. But Candiace absolutely does. She reads the comments. She responds to the comments. They protect Giselle, and I don't understand it. Okay, well. Mm. 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 Hey, Virgin Love. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to. The reason why I'm pausing is because I'm trying to think of, do I feel like they protect Giselle as a person, or do they protect Giselle because she is a star of the show? Whether you like, it's kind of the same thing with Kenya. Whether you like Kenya or not, you can't take away the fact that Kenya is one of the stars of the show. And so she's one of the stars of the show. Up until Nene totally flipped out, they protected Nene. Nene got away with murder on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for a long time. it wasn't until we about to get to Nene in a minute. It wasn't until Nene like totally put them in a position that they couldn't defend when they were kind of like, you know what, you go your way, we go our way, and we wish you a nice life. You know what I'm saying? I just they stay going easy on Giselle. Who is the they y'all keep talking about? Who is the they? You talking about Bravo? I do now. I will say this: I do wish we had seen more of this breakdown they talked about last season. Now I wanted to see that. They protect her because she was cussing up a storm at last year's reunion, and we never got that. Also, there was a clip of Karen wearing her out about Jamal, and it never aired. Yeah, that I definitely would have loved to see that. They didn't show her meltdown at the reunion last year. Giselle told us she had a meltdown. They didn't air it. Okay, so that's what y'all talking about. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Now I do agree with that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. So we're going to see it again. I'm sure everybody gonna have something to say when that clip airs about who defended who, child, and whether Candiace deserved it or didn't deserve it. And Candiace's mouth, and all she doing is talking. And why can't people take the talking? And it's just shade like everybody else. But I don't know. And maybe it's just me. It may just be me, y'all. But it's something about some of the stuff that Candiace say that just hit different. Like I can deal with shade and stuff, but I don't know. Candiace say some shit sometimes. It just hit different. I don't know. And I'm not even gonna say, oh, it's because she's a good reader. There's a whole lot of people that can read, and it don't hit me no kind of way. But sometimes the shit that Candiace say, it hit different. It just hit different. But anyway, so that's what's going on down to the Potomac, child. New Jersey. I think I said this yesterday. It looks like they pushed the air date for New Jersey back to. Well, I don't really think they pushed it back. I think they just narrowed it down because the last I heard was it was going to air in early 2022, like January, February, late January. So now they're saying it's going to be February of 2022. At first, it was going to be October, and then they pushed it back to the new year. I have absolutely no idea why they're pushing it back, and I'm going to tell you why. Because New Jersey is done. They've wrapped for the season. They're done filming. They got done filming in like August. I have no idea why we're waiting till February, because that means that in February, we're going to be seeing shit that they filmed in June. And I know that in the lifespan of a Real Housewives franchise, that's not a big deal. Like, I get that it's not a big deal that we get that, sometime that, I mean, I know Real Housewives of Potomac would be a year. Like with the fight, we were literally looking at something that had happened a year earlier. And so that's why I think so many people were sort of disconnected from it, because it was like people kept wanting Monique to have a certain reaction, and Monique was like, it happened a year ago. Like, I'm not still crying. Like, I felt remorse. I was upset, but it happened a year ago. So I do think, but it just doesn't make sense to me because it's been filmed and you don't have shit else going on. Like, I'm not understanding why you're pushing it back when you really need to air it. Especially since I heard the season was good. Candy is cruel and abusive. Look how she talks to her husband, child. Yes. Candiace comes from a place of hate in the pits of hell when she says stuff. I really do think it's like, excuse me, I really think she's trying to hurt people. Like, here's a perfect example of, are they trying to hold the season just in case they don't have anything going? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, child. Maybe that's what it is. Here's a perfect example of, I guess, the difference between of what I mean. So let's go all the way back to the first episode this season of the Real Housewives of Potomac, when Karen and Giselle got into that back and forth. And Karen said, we don't want to talk about your trip to Sing Sing. And everybody was like, Sing Sing, what you talking about, Karen? What you talking about? What you talking about? And Karen backed up off of it and was like, I don't know. I was just making something up, child. I was just caught up. I just making something up. No, Karen knew exactly what she was talking about. And Karen knew exactly what she meant. But I think Karen caught herself and realized, if I cross this line I'm getting ready to cross, there's really nowhere to come back from this. Like, I'm really about to cross a line that can't be undone. And she caught herself and she reeled herself back in. It was like I got caught up in the shade. I got caught up in throwing jabs at Giselle. But even with Giselle, there are lines that I won't cross, whether we are friends or not. And she caught herself. Candiace wouldn't have done that. Candiace would have said that shit. She would have aired it out and wouldn't have gave a damn. And I think that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? We knew what Karen was talking about. Right. We knew what Karen was talking about, but Karen caught herself. And remember, we knew what she was talking about as we were watching it as viewers, but I'm talking about in the moment when they were filming this and Karen, they were literally having this argument and Karen went there and then she caught herself and was like, okay, hold on. Let me, whoop, 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 whoop. Let me reel myself back in. Let me reel myself. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between what Karen does as far as throwing shade. Hey, Amber, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, babes. What Karen does and then Candiace. Because Candiace would have said it. Candiace would have threw it out there. Candiace would have called her all kinds of crazies, loonies. And then Candiace would have kept every chance she got. Called that woman all kinds of crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And you have to know if you are interested in having any relationship with somebody, you have to know that there's certain lines you just cannot cross. I mean, that's the point. Hurt people until they're stunned into silence. But Xavier, when it's a real situation, yes. But when you film it for a TV show, no. Because at the end of the day, ain't nothing that any of these women have done to each other that is all that. Now, if you in your real life and you fighting and you in your real life and you really, really don't rock with this person, sure. But when you filming for a damn TV show, knowing good and damn well that at the end of the day, it ain't that deep. Eh. Well, congrats. Just like the thing with Giselle. Giselle throwing shade about Karen's tax problems, sure. The t-shirt, you did a little bit much, Giselle. You did a little bit much. And again, again, I'm not saying that Giselle was wrong for bringing it up because hell, again, it was on the front page of the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there are lines, and you know that if you cross this line, you know it's gonna be a minute before you can jump back over it. Like Giselle with the paternity thing. You cross that line. Hey, Willie, how you doing, Willie Brown? From Norfolk. Hey, Norfolk. I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah. But anyway, that's enough. I ain't mean to spend all this time on Candiace Child. We got other stuff to do. So let's talk a little bit about these Real Housewives of Beverly Hills people, and then we'll end up on Miss Nene. So a couple of things with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which the season is over, child, but we still talking. So there was an unaired clip that they showed on Watch What Happens Live that they took out of the reunion that shows Garcelle kind of coming for Erica a little bit. Um, it shows Garcelle basically checking Erica and telling Erica that she did a little bit too damn much down to the dinner party at Kathy Hilton's house with Sutton. And she said that, you were a bully to Sutton and you did attack her and you did threaten her. And Erica was like, so Garcelle, you mean to tell me that if somebody was calling you a liar, you wouldn't defend yourself with everything you had? And Garcelle was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't. Like, that's not how I handle stuff. Come on, Garcelle. You mean to tell me? And I feel like the way she was saying it, and again, I'm not trying to make everything a race thing, but I feel like she was saying it like because Garcelle is the black girl. Come on, Garcelle. You mean you wouldn't? And Garcelle was like, but I wouldn't. I would have walked away because that's not how I fight. I wouldn't have threatened her. I wouldn't have bullied her because that's not what I do. I would have walked away because there was a better way of handling it. And it really made Erica look stupid. And I appreciate Garcelle for that. I appreciate Garcelle for saying that. And it made Erica look stupid. And I wish they had aired it. I wish they had aired that clip. I don't even care that if you're mean spirited, just stay to your convictions. Candiace going to end up like Brandy Glanville and not have anyone willing to film. That's what's going to happen. If the Real Housewives doesn't, I mean, whoever's in charge down to the, I don't even know who in charge of the girls no more down to the Bravo, but whoever's in charge of the girls, if they don't fire Candiace, that's what's going to end up happening, is that nobody's going to want to film with her. And Andy has said a million times, if nobody's going to film with you, I have no use to you. I mean, what's the purpose? If nobody will film with you, you have no storyline. And people who are telling the truth don't have to defend themselves. Well, Jennifer, you said about word there. I believe she was implying that because she managed to bring up Atlanta and Potomac when making exactly. She sure did. She said if this were Atlanta, Potomac, Atlanta, then she threw New York in there. But like I said yesterday, shit, the noise. Hold on, y'all. We good now? It disappeared. Okay, it's gone now. Okay. Okay. Thank y'all. Sorry about that. Um, and again, I feel like she only threw New York in there to try to throw it off and not make it seem like she was singling out the black shows. But for her to even start with Potomac and Atlanta, I was like, talking about if I said that, it would have been just a conversation. But because we're in Beverly Hills, what the fuck you talking about? So what you saying, like, down to the black shows, we just be bullying bitches back and forth and it ain't no thing? Like, is that what you're saying, Erica? That's what we do down here? We just be bullying. We just be going back and forth and just bullying each other? Like, that's what we doing? So I mentioned that yesterday, honey, that I was kind of side-eyeing Miss Erica on that, okay? I was giving Miss Erica the side-eye on that, okay? I sort of mentioned that, okay? I sort of mentioned that, okay? Mm. Now, something else down to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and this is one of the things that y'all brought up in my inbox. I wanted me to discuss, and I forgot to talk about it yesterday. So apparently, Dorit did give a description. Apparently, Dorit gave a description of the people who robbed her. This is what she has said. They was black men in black hoodies driving a black SUV. No description about whether they were tall, they were short, they were fat, they were skinny. No description about what kind of SUV it might have been. Old SUV, young SUV, you know, a Suburban, a Escalade. No partial print. It didn't have California tags. Not quite sure. Hey, what's up, Diane? I said, so it's just black on black on black? That's what it is? Just black men in black hoodie driving a black truck. I agree. Right, just blackity black, black, black. Okay. Oh Lord. Now we know that there has been a history. I don't even need listen. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But we know there's a history of when in doubt, just blame the black people. When you're lying, just blame the black people. They're gonna believe it was a bunch of black people that did it. But you lying about it though. You making this whole story up. But might as well just say it was a bunch of black people. Now I'm not saying Dorit making the story up. That ain't what I'm saying. What I am saying is when we do make up the story, It just be blackity black. Just black. And that's what she put in the police report. Like, it's not like, oh, that's what she's saying. That is what she told the police. Like, there was nothing in the police report to indicate height, weight, old, young, facial hair, tattoos, nothing. Nothing. Just black. Just black. Black. Yeah. And of course, we know that that's going to be her storyline, because let me tell y'all what I'm not going to do next season. And Lil Baby, and those of you who've been rocking with me for a minute, y'all know how I feel about this shit. What I bet not do is every episode that's all Dorit talking about. Every episode that's all Dorit talking about. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm going to give you 2 episodes, maybe 3. Maybe 3. But after that, we're going to move on. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. Didn't Teddy's husband install? That is my understanding, is that Teddy's husband did the security. It's a whole thing with the security. I'm sure that will be explored, child. Wasn't she in debt again this season? Sounds like insurance fraud to me. Child. Now look, this next story y'all gonna have to help me with, okay? Y'all gonna have to help me out with this next story, okay? Allegedly, I gotta say allegedly, Ramona said to Ebony in the midst of one of their arguments. She might have said it to Ebony. She said it after her and Ebony got into an argument. This is why we don't have black people on the show now. I don't know Ramona from Adam's House Cat. That's something my mama used to say. I say a hole in the wall. I don't know this Ramona woman. I don't know her. I don't know her for her works. I know Lil Baby does, and maybe some of the other people in the chat know her. But as somebody that never watched the show, somebody that don't know these people, and don't know nothing about these people, this one I'm going to say my opinion is. I think that if she didn't say that word for word, I think that she said something that's close enough that it was still offensive as fuck. Because that is something that is too specific, in my opinion, for that to be made up. Even if she didn't say specifically, that's why we don't have black people on the show. I could see her saying, that's why we don't have you people on the show. That's why we haven't opened up the show to your like, I could see something along those lines that really means the same thing. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So here's what I'm going to say. I can't say beyond a shadow of a doubt that woman made that specific statement. But I don't know this woman. I don't know nothing about her. But I could see her saying that. She supposedly said it after that fight at Luann's house where Ebony called him out. I could see it. It's funny because I've always thought Ramona to be the type of person since season 1. I could see all y'all know, y'all watch the show. See, I don't watch the shows. I don't know these people like that. But I believe y'all. I lean into y'all's understanding. Okay? Renna is definitely gonna ride her daughter's. Listen, I am so not looking forward to Renna and that, because I agree. I think Renna is going to totally take advantage and use that. I agree. And I'm so not here for it. I'm so not here for it. Y'all, YouTube be on that bullshit. Why they already got this video yellow? I ain't even done nothing yet. The video ain't even over yet. How you gonna say, child, they be on that bullshit? Anyway. And it was interesting that Kenya was defending them when that episode aired after she filmed the girls' trip. I stopped watching after Luann showed up in blackface. Oh, whoa, what? Oh. See, I never watched New York. I think I watched a couple of episodes with Niecy. But other than that, I never really watched it. All right. So listen, this is the portion of the show. I have posted the link. It is for, oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. I think I did it wrong. I did it wrong, y'all. Hold on, let me post it. I'm getting ready to post the link. It is for members only. This is the portion of the show where if y'all have something to add to the conversation, you are more than welcome to come. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. Because it's getting a little late and I want to try to get some other things done, some other videos done. But if you are a member and you want to add to the conversation, the link is posted on my community wall. So for those of you who've never used StreamYard before, what you do is you click the link and then you just sort of follow the prompts. You do not have to show me you do not have to be on camera, your face on camera. So you can have a blank screen or an emoji or whatever up there. But I need to verify that it's a real person behind the emoji before I put you on screen. So you are absolutely positively welcome to come up. We're going to talk about this last story and then we're going to get ready to hop off of here, honey. She was Donna Ross for Halloween. Oh. Jonathan is in the background sitting on. He is. You ain't lying. Jonathan up in the bushes somewhere waiting to come up here. You ain't lying. He is. What was I going to say? Y'all, let me say this before I get into this last story, just in case somebody want to come up. I get them time to get themselves together. So when I said that the last 48 hours has been just a lot, okay? Yesterday morning while I was getting dressed for work, I popped my chain. As y'all can see, y'all don't see my cancer chain. I popped my damn chain. So I had to take that to the jewelry store today to get them to fix it. Oh. Then last night at dinner, I lost my AirPods. I had to go buy a new pair of AirPods today. Y'all, it has been an expensive 24 hours for me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Anyway. So that's what I was running around doing when I got off work today. I went to the jewelry store and then I went to go get me some new AirPods. Ugh. But I did good. I was right there near the candle. I didn't go buy no candles. Let me light my candle. The scent for tonight is now. This is a Yankee candle. They had Yankee candle. They had their fall. I think I told you that last week. They had their fall candles on sale. So they had their 3-wick fall candles, their fall scents on sale for $10. So I think I bought like 4 or 5. This is Cider House. This is Cider House. I was like, I'm about to like this now. All right. Desperate Bravo paying the mortgage off of railroading all her friends over the years. They knew she's a mess too. Ooh. And she was so fake with those apologies. Abby, what's going on? She was so fake with those apologies. She may regret what she did to Yolanda because she's now running the fashion world, but she could care less about. Oh, and if I were Kathy, I would be taking digs at Brenda every chance I get because I know she won't hit back. Well, girl, Kathy don't care. And Kathy did explain and apologize for not coming to Garcelle's event, and she even bought paperwork to confirm it. She, because of COVID protocols, was not able to film, and she thought that, because production told her she couldn't film, she thought production told her she couldn't come. No, I was getting a bunch of notifications from the group chat. I thought, and it said you. Didn't you just drop some videos or something, or do something in the group chat down to the Instagram? Yeah, you just sent a bunch of videos, Abby. At least it just popped up on my phone that you just sent like 4 videos. Anyway, anyway. All right, y'all. So let's get into this last story, and then I'm gonna get up off of here so I don't know if y'all gonna get ready to love tonight, but you'll get it in the morning. And don't forget tomorrow, the whether you nope, that's not the whether you like it or not panel, child. That's Monday. The Ready to Love panel is tomorrow over on Kamisha Reviews channel. We will be discussing tonight's episode. They throwing a little monkey wrench in tonight's episode. They have 2 new people. Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna save some of this for the panel tomorrow. But let me say this about that. I'm not feeling it. I don't like this twist. I don't like this storyline, especially now that I found out who these 2 people are. I feel like they are absolutely plants by production. I don't think these are people that applied to be on the show. I don't think these are people that are looking for love. I think they are absolutely plants by production. Both of them have bios of them in the entertainment industry. Both of them have agents and have done entertainment stuff. So, you put a video on your story. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, I think Kathy bought the receipts because she knew what social media was saying. She knew what people were saying about her not coming. So, I think that's why she did that. I think she did that to sort of defend herself because she knew people were insinuating that she didn't go to Garcelle's house because she didn't want to go to Garcelle's house because she's Garcelle. So, I think that's why she was defending herself. So yeah, little baby, if you go, who is it that I follow on Instagram that sort of posted their information? Is it Ready to Love TV or something like that? I'll find it, little baby. I'll find it. And they posted both of them. And when I went to their Instagrams, like their Instagram read like somebody who's looking for a job in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me find these people real quick. Let me see if I can find them real quick. What in the world? Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find them. If I can find them and I can find their bio, I'll just read you their bio and you'll see what I'm talking about. It just doesn't read like, it just absolutely reads like somebody. All right. I don't want to hold up the live trying to find it, y'all. Because of course I'm gonna find it as soon as I get off of here. Let me see. Let me put in the hashtag Ready Love and see if I can find it faster that way. Let me see. Okay, here's one. No, that's not him. That's Walter. If I wasn't looking for it, I'll be able to find it. All right, forget it, y'all. I'm not gonna hold up the live. If I wasn't looking for it, I'd be able to find it. But I cannot find it now. But the new lady that's gonna be on the show, she absolutely is like for bookings, for bookings, contact such and such and such. And I'm like, This is before you're even on the show. You have a place for bookings, which tells me that you're in some sort of industry. Like, because I don't have nothing on there about people who want to book me for nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it just kind of made me feel. I was like, very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Well, one of them is definitely TV ready and reminded me that I need to get back into getting this body together, child. Okay. All right, y'all. I just can't find it. But once they introduce them tonight, I'm sure that you'll be able to find them. Because I can't remember their names or nothing. If I can remember any of that, I'd be able to pull it up. But I can't remember their names or nothing, child. Okay. All right, forget it. Y'all know I hate when I can't find something, but I'm not gonna hold this up trying to look for it. Um, damn. Y'all know I'm gonna find it as soon as I get off of here. This way, Abby's Instagram expertise would probably help me out. She probably would have been able to find what I'm looking for in like 2 seconds. Anyway, but so I'll save it for tomorrow because by then I'll be able to find what I'm looking for and I'll be ready for it. So get over to the panel if y'all want to hear all of the background, all the details. Okay, get on over to the panel. Okay, all right. So this last story, Chad, Nene Leakes. Nene said that she is open to coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has some unfinished business, but she would have to have a conversation with Andy first. Ma'am. Yeah, I saw it, Lauren. It was good. Ma'am, a year ago, you was trying to get us to protest out front of the Bravo studio. You was suing Bravo. You had proof that Bravo was racist. Andy was a racist. You had people ready to walk off their jobs down to the Bravo, Miss Nene. You claim you had proof and you didn't want to release the hounds and prove it. And it would all be proven in court, honey, that it was gonna be come through in court and you were gonna be able to defend it. Ma'am, we supposed to forget that? We supposed to forget that you accused NBC Universal, Bravo, and Andy Cohen of being racist. Disrespecting you. Now, if y'all go back in the archives, which I know none of y'all are, and that's fine, I probably wouldn't either. But if you go back in the archives, I was never on the Nene train. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think that the shenanigans and the fool la la goes on down to the NBC Universal, the Bravo, or even with Andy Cohen, okay? But what that does mean is you didn't have a problem with none of that until you lost your job. You didn't have a problem with nothing that was going on down to the Bravo until you lost your job. Now, all of a sudden, you would be willing to come back. Nobody asked you to, ma'am. Nobody called you. Had she got what she asked for, we wouldn't have been here. True. Maybe she lost the evidence. Didn't she call Andy? She might have. I don't remember, but she probably. I ain't gonna say she didn't. Nene built that damn franchise. Plus, the girls are going to have to tone it down because she's going through a lot now. If she comes back, the whole situation is crazy. I don't disagree, Lauren, that Nene built that franchise. She did. But at the end of the day, I think people, and this happens all the time. This happens everywhere, not just on TV. It happens in everyday situations. Just because you built that franchise doesn't mean that it won't go on without you. It doesn't mean that you can't wear out your welcome. It doesn't mean that you can't push people into a corner and get mad when they come out fighting. And again, I know Nene got her fans, and I don't dislike Nene, but I also know that Nene created a lot of the situation that she put herself in down to the Bravo. Nene was making good money. Nene, basically, like I said, they let Nene do damn near whatever she wanted on that show. Nene filmed what she wanted to film, filmed with who she wanted to film with, until that whole, and I get it that Greg was sick and she wasn't handling it well, which is really what that boils down to. That last season that she was on, where she beat the man up in the closet and all of that, that, in my opinion, that boils down to Greg was sick, and I think it may have been worse than what we even knew even back then, and she wasn't handling it well. I'm gonna give you that. I'm absolutely gonna give you that. The whole situation with the closet was really, really bad. I mean, by all accounts, what we saw was really only a fraction of how bad it was. It was really only a fraction of how bad it was and how long that situation went on. Like, again, remember with reality TV, what we see is a fraction of what happened. If we get 15 minutes, trust and believe it went on for 30, 40 minutes. So by all accounts, everybody who was there that night said that what we saw was a way edited down. That cameraman, because the camera hit him in the mouth, he had to go to the hospital, and I want to say it either knocked the tooth out or it knocked the tooth loose. Like, it was bad. And that's why when Nene came back, she could say what she want to say. Nene wasn't on the first 3 episodes, and we already found out from, and I mean, depending on how her contract was written, if you ain't filming, you ain't getting paid for that episode. Now, Nene's contract might have been set up differently, where she just got a lump sum for the season, no matter what, no matter what she filmed, and that's fine. But if she had, they said he lost a tooth. Okay, I knew it was dental. And Nene still act like it wasn't a big deal. She act like it wasn't a big deal. I didn't see her on camera. Now, I don't know about behind the scenes, but I never saw her on camera be apologetic. Now, if she did, I missed it. Then you had the next season where she came back and she fabricated this whole situation with what her name? What her name is? Miss Joanna man, whoever that woman was. You fabricated this whole story about a tape that you had. I mean, it was, and don't get me wrong, that's not a big deal. That's reality TV shit. I mean, I ain't mad about it. But then you got your ass down to the reunion, and when it wasn't going your way, you logged the fuck off and refused to get back on. Now, we've seen people walk off of reunions before, but they usually come back. And if they don't come back, we normally don't see them back. Think about it. When people walk off reunions and don't come back, we don't normally see them back, do we? Lisa Vanderpump refused to come to the reunion. Lisa Vanderpump ain't been back on Beverly Hills. Now, they can say what they want to say about she chose not to, she quit instead of getting fired and yada, yada, yada. It don't change the fact that we ain't seen Lisa Vanderpump ass back on the Beverly Hills, have we? When Camille Grammer walked off the reunion and refused to come back, we ain't see her ass no more either, did we? Brandy Glanville, well, that's different because Brandy, child, she they hoe. When they need her, when they need some work done, they just call Brandy dirty ass. But when people walk off the reunions and don't, I mean, it's one thing to walk off, but when they walk off and don't come back, we normally don't see them no more, do we? We don't see them no more. So all of that was probably forgivable. All of that was probably forgivable. But you suing them for racism, I think we were talking earlier about lines being too far. I don't think that's, I just don't know how they come back from that. I'm not going to say they won't come back because Lord knows people make up all the time. I just don't know how they come back. Like, I need to see that. Like, that need to be a conversation like they doing down to the Zeus network. I need to see a Nene versus Andy Cohen sit down conversation. I need to see that. Excuse me, I need some water. I need to see how they get from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? I need to see how they get from A to Z. Sorry, y'all. I need to go get another bottle. I'm thirsty. You go give me another bottle of water. Yeah. Right. Giovanna, that bitch from Clock. But yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, I can't see how that reunion show would work. Child. And again, I think the girls or the women, I shouldn't call them girls. I think the women will be fine with Nene coming back and filming with her. I don't even think it's an issue about that. But I absolutely feel like I just find it interesting that you threw that out there. Like, well, I would be open to come back. Really? Child, who wants you back? She should do a Watch What Happens Live Greg tribute. But even with that, Tracy, her and Andy still need to have a conversation. Because see, here's what you don't get to do. You don't get to come for my integrity, and then we just gonna gloss it over like it ain't never happened. No, ma'am. Like, regardless of how people feel about Andy Cohen, and I know there's some people who do feel like that, you know, he treats the black girls differently and yada, yada, yada. Like, I know that there are people who do feel like he's biased and he's done these things. That's fine. I can't tell nobody how to feel. That's fine. But what you're not going to do is publicly call me out with something as serious as racism. And remember, at the time when Nene did this is when we were at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, George Floyd, all of that was going on when she decided to call him out about race. That was the absolute worst time to accuse anybody, much less, you know, your boss of racism. And then you're going to sue and claim you have so much evidence to prove it. You don't get to just come on my show because you over it now. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We need to have a serious conversation. And I mean a real serious conversation. Because the reality is, I think Nene and Andy were cool in real life. Like, they weren't just like, and I'm not saying they sat on the phone for hours talking and kikiing, but I think they were really, really cool for real, for real. Like, I don't think it was just okay, I come to the reunion, I come to watch what happens live, and we have good conversation. Like, I think they was cool. Tracy, I'm not disagreeing either. I don't know what she said. I'm not going to say that what she said about him was right or wrong, but what I am going to say is it goes back to consequences for behavior. You don't get to say the things you said about this man. You don't get to do the things you did. And now that you're over it, everybody else is supposed to just be cool and go and get back to the get back. Nah. No. And again, let's look at it from the other side. If it is true, let's assume it is true. Then why do you want to come back and work for a company that's racist? Why do you want to come back and work for a man that did you so dirty, that treated you so bad? Why do you want to come back? Like, we can flip it around. If everything she said about Andy is true, which it may very well be true, why do you want to come back? Have the other offers dried up? Is the money getting funny? Like, why you want to come back all of a sudden? They were vacationing. That's what I'm saying. They were friends in real life. You know, it wasn't just a TV show situation for them. And I think that's the other reason with Andy. I think it hit different. It's one thing for a Brandy Glanville. You know, nobody pay her no attention. You know, but it hit different. It hit different. That's true. Plus, before the Real Housewives Kathy specials was the only thing streaming over at Bravo, child. I believe it's true, but she money hungry. I don't know if it's money hungry or money needy. Listen, people think that the money, Nene learned her lesson. And the sad thing is, Nene should have learned her lesson the first time. Because when she left the Real Housewives the first time, she thought she had it all figured out and she was above it. She had the TV show over to NBC. She was doing Broadway. She did, The Apprentice. Like, the money was coming in. Now, either you didn't take care of the money or you wanted more money because you sure but your happy ass right on back a couple of years later. Crazy part is I could see them. I absolutely could see them bringing her back. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, business is business, child. Nene should have taken a LOA while she was dealing with Greg's illness. Oh, leave of absence? Yeah, I think so too. And again, let's be clear. Everything else that happened, I think Nene could have recovered from. It was I'm going to sue them and they're so racist and I've got the proof and they've done this and they've done that. That is what I think closed the door and turned the key. Up until that, I don't think it was anything Nene had done that they couldn't recover from. Even with her walking off the reunion and all that other stuff. Child, that's TV show shit. Nene got enough fans that if she wanted to come back, they'd have brought her ass back. Bad behavior and all. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. Thank y'all so much for being here. Please get on over to the Avon and start getting your stocking stuffers and your Christmas savers. Hold on. Hold on. I think Abby sent me what I was looking for. Hold on. Oh, no, that's a video. Honey. Okay. Yeah, when you're suing folks and making accusations, you become a liability. Exactly. Exactly. All right, y'all. Let me get ready to get off of here. But everybody have a great weekend. I'll try to get on here tomorrow. I don't think I have a whole lot going on tomorrow. So I might get on here tomorrow and shoot with y'all. But yeah, get on over to that Avon, honey. Get you some stocking stuffers. What's up, Star? Hey, boo. And some good stuff. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be over on Kamisha Reviews channel for the Ready to Love panel, honey. Let's hear what we have to say. Let's see if they agree with me or disagree with me, Chad. All right. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.